Welcome to The Consult Before the Cut, your go-to podcast for all things anti-aging, aesthetics, and plastic surgery. I'm Dr. Jonathan Weiler, a board-certified plastic surgeon with over 15 years of experience.
I am Taylor Besh, physician's assistant and expert injector at Weiler Plastic Surgery.
And I'm Brittany DeSherry, nurse and COO over at Rejuvime Medical. Each week, we'll dive deep into the latest trends, expert insights, and real stories from the world of beauty and wellness. So grab a seat at the consult room and let's discover the secrets of timeless beauty together. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Consult Before the Cut. We've got Dr. Weiler, Dr. and Taylor. We've got Dr. and Taylor here with us today. We have Dr. Weiler and Taylor joining us today. And then we have Miss Chanen Johnson, who is joining us. If y'all saw last week's episode, you kind of got caught up on everything that Chanen from T90 gymnast.
Yep.
To now
Social
you're
media.
an NFL wife.
Yeah.
Social media
Queen,
extraordinaire.
beauty,
all the things.
yours truly.
Putting it all out there
Right.
on the social media that we love to see. So this week we're going to pick up where we left off, and we're going to kind of follow with Chanen in her journey and all that kind of stuff. But before we get into that, you just went on vacation
I sure did.
to Turks and Caicos, yeah?
I sure did.
How was it?
Ugh, amazing.
I wanna live
love
there.
Turks. Oh,
I wanna
I do
live there.
too. The real estate's really cheap there, actually. We did go online and look.
Oh, did
That's
y'all?
Yes, we
It's
thought about it.
cheap.
Yeah.
Well, for what you get.
Yeah, for what
let
you
me,
get.
let me
Yeah.
For what you
backtrack.
get.
It's not dirt cheap.
Yeah.
But for what you're getting, like
Yeah.
it'd be.
I mean, an
$10 million.
investment property.
Yeah.
The water.
Say less.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
water.
Say-
Wow.
No, the water was insane.
the
Everything
water.
was
Water's
gorgeous.
beautiful. The
I went
sand's beautiful.
before, but it was like for a work trip kind of. It was a brand trip. And obviously, amazing, incredible experience. But I didn't like go explore or do anything besides like the brand stuff that
Yeah.
we were there for. So this time was nice to go and like do my own thing.
Yeah.
So we went to the middle of the ocean.
Yes.
And just did fun things. So
Wow.
it was cool.
The
Amazing.
water there is just...
You know, it's more salty. I've told
Sure
you that
is.
You
before.
told me this.
So,
You said you flipped.
I said because your husband's an ex-lineman, right? So it was like, get those ex-linemen out there. They'll experience
They'll float.
floating. It's so the salt content is higher. That's where they used to have the Morton salt mine was on Turks and Caicos.
How in the heck? He is just a wealth of crazy
Wealth
knowledge.
of stupid knowledge. That was the number one source of salt up until they found the salt in the salt domes of Louisiana.
Wait, they
And so
have
you can
huge
float.
limestone.
Yeah, all
Limestone's a
the
thing
islands are
in
limestone,
Turks.
but
Yes.
they used to let the water dry. There's Turks is real flat, right? The bottom is super
Right.
flat, and so the water would dry and then they would mine the salt.
Wow.
And pull it out. But yeah, you can I cannot float. I'm a human that cannot float, but there
You can.
I can get up on the water and float. It's amazing. Big guys can float.
Our little
that.
Turks guide said that the sand, it's not like actual like sand. It's just very fine limestone
Yep.
because the
Wow.
island itself
Yeah.
is just made from
It's a
limestone.
beautiful, beautiful.
Wow.
beach.
The more you know.
The best
Also,
water ever.
Yep.
Prince has a house.
Yeah.
Prince's house on
Yeah.
Turks.
No, actually, so the first time that I stayed in Turks, I stayed at his house.
Shut up.
It's
My.
amazing. His house is wonderful. It's actually rentable.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It-
get married there.
I'm gonna.
We were gonna do it this past summer, but we're gonna do it next summer instead because I keep having kids.
Well,
But next summer we're renting it out. We're gonna go there.
That's
His house
awesome.
is awesome. There's 18 rooms.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Prince's house.
It's gorgeous. Yeah,
Prince's
there's a
house.
chef included. Like everything is part of it. Great. He was in Top Chef. The chef was great. I have his book. I forgot. I'll show
Oh
you.
my
It was.
goodness.
Do you know so when Josh and I got married at the end of the night, like when we were leaving and doing all the stuff, like headed out or whatever. Prince Purple Rain is what played, and instead of doing like sparklers, instead of doing anything like that, we had our guest. It was lavender. They threw lavender, so it was Purple Rain. We left our wedding listening to Purple Rain while people were throwing lavender.
That's a
it was-
dream.
It was great.
Well, I'll do that on my wedding.
I literally, when I took my wedding dress off that night, the amount of lavender that just like fell out of my dress. Just
Magical. It
because-
probably smelled great.
But I smelled amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing
I
for a few
smelled like
days.
lavender. It was great.
Michael Johnson's house is for rent on VRBO in Chicago.
Michael Jordan.
Jordan, I meant. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's house is for rent.
Yeah.
On
23.
VRBO.
How much is
yes, for
Oh, no
a
idea.
lot of money.
Yeah,
But
it's a huge house. But
7-day rental.
because it's so
They couldn't
personalized.
s-
You can't sell
yes.
it for like the last 5 years, so he's renting it, which is amazing. I mean, guys, obviously.
I mean,
the
yeah.
goat and super rich.
I would
but-
We
I
we
would-
stayed in Muhammad Ali's house a month ago in New Jersey.
Really?
There were pictures of him everywhere. It was crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
it's
so
fun.
fun.
Someone should do that. It's kind of fun to stay in people's houses.
I know,
it
right?
Is. It is. Huh?
The Prince
Prince is
thing,
out.
like,
The Prince
threw me. I
thing is
was
cool,
like,
though.
oh my gosh.
Oh no, I love it. And it's not the most expensive. Like
Yeah.
it's up there, but it's not the wildest thing you'd ever think.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's just get a group of people go down.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's divided by 18. It's cheap.
Yeah.
That's it. And then everyone just purchased a home in Turks and
Right.
Caicos.
Right.
We told
Okay.
like the butlers that we had, we were like, do you understand that you live in paradise? He was like, we take it for granted.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
let me take you to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and then you'll really enjoy this place
Right.
here.
Right.
Like,
Right.
the Mississippi's just not giving the same vibes
No,
when
it's
it comes
not.
to the water clarity.
Same amount of water, but not the same vibe.
And I'm like, oh gosh. No, I loved it. It was the first time we went in June, and
Lovely.
it was just, I was just so amazed by
Yeah.
the watercolor.
Yeah.
It was a
It's amazing.
dream. Huh. Okay. Sorry.
Back on track.
That's okay. I'm just like, I saw the pictures that you had posted. I saw the pictures on social media that you had
So
posted from
fun.
y'all's trip, and I was just
Yeah,
like,
it was great.
I could go back tomorrow.
Me too.
So how did we connect with you initially? How did we?
How did you
I don't know.
meet
I'll be
this
honest
guy?
with you. I think
We reached
may have
out
reached
to
out.
you.
We were
Y'all
trying to
for
do. I
sure
think we reached out
about
Yep.
reached out to her
I was
about
gonna say.
We were trying to get on the social media bandwagon influencer,
Yeah.
and trying to identify some. And obviously, I'm be honest, I'm not like the world's best, smartest social media person, but
Yeah.
certainly knew your name and your husband's name. And
Don't
so
cut
it's like,
yourself short.
I've got
think-
some ideas, but yeah, no, we reached out to you,
Yeah.
and I think it's been wonderful for us.
Yay.
been wonderful
I'm
for
glad.
us.
yeah.
It's
Oh my
been wonderful
gosh,
for me too.
she's the best. But prior to that, have you been? What were you doing to take care of yourself? Obviously, you have 2 baby girls, and obviously bodies, life, but even back to like basic skincare.
Yeah.
You started. Have you always been involved in that? Always done?
No. So the one thing I did when I lived in LA, because Jawan would always do his off seasons in LA, we would live literally in downtown LA. Don't recommend.
Oh my gosh.
But I did some stuff out there, like filler here and there.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. I really didn't do much of anything. There's like a lot of branding out there. Company, like everyone does influencer marketing and stuff like that. So that's kind of like where I was out there. But then when we came here, I really didn't find anyone that I really liked. I felt like LA is like, they're so good at everything
Right.
that I was like scared to try over here. And then when y'all reached out and I found your page and I was looking at everything, I was like, this feels like I'm in LA again. And I liked that.
Well, thank you.
Look
Yes.
at you.
Well,
Yeah.
because
Doing
it's like,
it.
it's such a serious, like even like filler, right? Like, okay, it could dissolve or whatever. But like at the same time, like, I mean, stuff can go really
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah.
really fast.
No.
And yeah, I just felt safe. And that wasn't something that I felt before here. And then y'all are honestly like truly the only people that do influencer marketing, which is insane to me because being from LA and like just being in this world, the importance of it
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and how brands, like big brands, take it so like it's the real deal.
So seriously, yeah. So
Yeah.
seriously. I mean,
Yeah.
it's. I tell these when we first started, and I was like, look, guys, this is really social media, but it's advertising, it's marketing.
It's like the only
Yeah.
form of
It really is.
advertising now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really it's marketing.
Yeah.
And I know Taylor. It took a while for because I think most people like, especially New Orleans is more progressive than Louisiana, but
Right.
But Louisiana is a little bit behind the times,
Sure.
and so I
Truly.
think of people think mostly of social media as like their own personal pet project, or
Yeah.
like the way to communicate with granny, or way to
Right.
pictures with their friends. But really, what it is, it's a doorstep, right? It's
Yeah.
your front. It's your
my portfolio.
It's,
Yeah.
it's your portfolio of your practice of your work, and I think treating it that way is important.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's huge. And that's when people like learn to trust y'all or like see if it's like the way they want to go or who they want to go with or
Right.
and then when the people they like are using it, like then they
Right.
want to use it, so
How
Yeah.
old were you when you started maintaining your Botox?
I guess I got Botox probably when I was maybe 21,
Yeah.
22, but it was like once every like 3 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't start like maintaining myself until I started working with you.
Yeah.
That's when I started like really just like keeping up with like myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's very good with her maintenance, and obviously she's very natural looking. She doesn't have, you have
Yeah.
the most amazing structure.
Yeah, you have beautiful.
And so
facial
just
structure.
augmenting her natural
Yeah.
face is what, but
Yeah.
Botox maintenance, which is every 3 months, and then little bits of filler in like the perfect little spots.
Yeah.
But the biggest change is that she's staying consistent with her skin.
I am.
And
Which I've never, ever done before.
I'm telling you, it has been life-changing. I
Yeah.
mean, truly.
I didn't start till I was like 29, 30
Yeah.
on skincare. And now I'm like, how did I know?
But I think you can, when you're younger, you can get away with it, right?
Yeah.
You're young, you're just surging with hormones, you're growing.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you're still growing, and I think you can get away with it. It's when you when your body starts to change, so when you have babies, is a big inflection point for
Yeah.
ladies,
Yeah.
right?
Big hormonal shifts.
Big hormonal surges, downturns, emotional, weight. I mean, there's so many. A woman's body changes so dramatically with babies, and especially you've got two, especially that second baby. It really gets you.
It does. And I feel like I first started seeing you when I had, like, immediately after having Dory. So I was, like, ready for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we need to fix me now.
Yeah.
Take me back to my old self now.
Right.
So then it was like, I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to do this. And then I was already prepared. When I had Juvie, I'm like, I'm going to stay on this. So
So you have 2 kids.
I have 2 kids. I do.
Are they both girls? Or
Both girls.
Both girls. So you got a girl house.
A girl house. And they were back to back. So I feel like a lot happened to me in that time.
How many months apart, if you don't mind me asking?
Gosh.
Is it like a
16.
Ooh.
I got pregnant with Juvie when I was 6 months postpartum.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
tight.
we went through a gap because I couldn't get any filler or
Right.
anything. But
Isn't that
Yeah.
the worst part?
it's the worst.
But you want a big family, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not getting pregnant again for like another year.
Uh-huh.
But then catch me with 2 more back to back.
Yes. So great.
For sure.
Well, I think what women, a lot of women don't realize is, so I always sort of, so a young woman has a lot of volume in the right place, right? So,
Right.
You've got, I always say it's in your, face, breasts, butt, right?
I use that probably daily. And I always say Dr. Weiler's famous words
Yeah, it
are.
is. A young woman has fat, but the fat's in the right place.
Man.
It's in your cheeks, lips, breast, and butt. After you start having children, so you have these surges of hormones. Most people put on a decent amount of weight, and luckily you have a great figure, a great athletic structure. But what happens is when you go through that hormonal surge, you lose some of those hormones, that postpartum, and then you have to want to get back to the way you looked before, and you start to lose weight, right? And you lose weight in
The wrong spots.
the wrong spots, and that's really where, in my mind, volume, fillers, more aesthetic procedures, come into play.
Say what you say. Your cheeks.
Well, even like when I came into you were like, oh, you look depleted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right after having Juvie, she was
Yeah.
like, you are depleted. Here. I'm like, fix me.
Yeah, I mean,
Please undeplete me.
the
Undeplete
children
now.
literally suck the life out of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
I mean, they literally.
That's what she said. She's like, you look like the life was sucked out of me.
And you were exhausted.
I sure was. I was, yeah.
Don't you
I mean-
appreciate those honest conversations?
Oh, I
It's
need
like-
it. And I felt it. No, I needed that. I need honesty.
And I
Yeah.
think, obviously Botox, and Taylor can talk a little bit about that, but I think filler for a postpartum woman, is really an important part of sort of restoring the face that you had before,
Yes.
right?
And we like to say facial balancing. And
Yes.
so
Yes.
that's what she's the perfect example of that. She's got the most amazing features,
Yep.
but things change.
Great symmetry.
Collagen changes.
Well, that's because of her.
Perfectly
Because
symmet-
dare I look in the back camera? Trust me, I wasn't always that way, but now I'm good.
But just facial balancing and redefining things that are her assets or the patient's. That's
Yeah.
the biggest
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, no, I think, facial balancing, I always tell patients, and you see these beautiful, attractive people online, and what you don't realize is how symmetrical
Yeah.
beauty is, right? And so, like you said, if you look in the mirror and you cut your face in half, and typically the more unattractive you are, the more unbalanced you are. And the more attractive you are, the more symmetrical you are. So like, take Brad Pitt, maybe one of the world's most handsome.
Yeah.
He looks great in F1. And you cut his face in half and you replicate
Yeah.
it, and he looks almost the same.
Yeah.
Because he's so symmetrical and so attractive. And so, when you go through, especially women, when everybody has a little bit of unnatural or sort of asymmetry, but when you lose that volume, those full cheeks when you're younger, the full lips, right? Coming back, and so putting filler into the cheeks and the lips sort of
Yeah.
rebalances the face and
Yeah.
really kind of restores where you were before the kids suck the life out of you.
Yes.
I never really knew before being in this industry about symmetry.
Yep.
And it truly is remarkable. If somebody is asymmetric and you just put a tiny bit to balance
Hit out.
Huge difference.
Yeah, it's a huge
Can you fix my
change.
lazy eye? That I'm like,
Well, then upneek, there's all, and that's what all those things are for. And so I never forget, I went to this amazing lecture when I was going through training, and I forgot the guy's name, but it basically, his whole entire lecture was the mathematics of the face, the symmetry. It's all based on pi. And, everything is, it's crazy how the face divides into symmetrical portions and halves and thirds, and balancing those thirds achieves greater and greater beauty. And I think that, people think of fillers as just this big puffy face or, this big overblown, and it can be in the wrong hands, like you said.
Yeah.
So you have to trust who you're going to, but it's pretty amazing when done correctly.
Yeah.
yeah.
So talk to us a little bit, Chanen, about your if you don't mind, your journey. So, starting out with Taylor, right? How did you guys sort of evolve into different, what have you guys done? Does that make sense?
Yeah. She first started with filler. You did the facial balancing. And I was obsessed. I think we did Botox in the beginning as well, too. So we kind of just did all of that. I feel like the first initial time we did it was like the official reset, getting my face back to itself. But then after that, it's been very much so just touch-ups. I feel like every time I come in, it's less and less because I need less and less.
Yeah.
And so even now that I don't keep having kids, I'm almost 10 months postpartum now. I have my body is maintaining it. It's not sucking it out anymore.
Is she only 10 months?
Yes.
Wow.
She's 9 months. She's going to be 10 months soon.
You look
I was supposed to
Amazing.
say,
Amazing.
Thank you. Thanks to him.
Well, too, back to
oh
back.
my gosh.
But not just 10 months,
seen my
back
boobs.
to back.
They were crazy. Let's talk about asymmetry.
Let's talk about your chest a little bit, if you don't mind.
Oh, please. I wish we could show the befores and afters on here, man.
I'm Ashley Shelley. I'm from Baton Rouge, and I've had Sculptra, Botox, and aesthetic procedures at Weiler. I realized that it was time to start taking care of my skin. There were certain concerns that I had, loss of volume in my face and the texture. I knew that I needed to do something about it. Sculptra has boosted my self-esteem and increased my confidence in my skin. I'm 40 years old, and my skin has never looked better than it does now. My name is Parker, and I'm on semaglutide with Rejuvime Medical. My entire life I was an athlete. Stopped doing sports by the time I got to college. The college life just takes a hold of you, and all of a sudden I was not where I used to be. So I started on a really small dose, and within a week I lost 3 pounds. 3 months I was down 30. Kept on doing it because I wanted to see how far I could go, and then I was down 71 within probably 9 months. Choosing Rejuvime was by far the best decision I think I've ever made.
Talk to me about.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no,
No.
about what was your first thought about doing your chest? Does that make sense? Or breast augmentation?
There's always been things I want to do, right? I've always flirted with the idea of getting them done. I've always flirted with a lot of things.
Were
but-
you really flat
I was
with
going to say,
gymnastics?
as a gymnast.
Yeah.
Oh, I was a boy.
Really?
I was a boy. And then when I graduated college, I got a little bit. I was a B, right? But then I got pregnant. And after the first pregnancy, they got huge. They were like D's, right? Huge. But then, when I finished breastfeeding, they went back down to a B, maybe an A. Then I got pregnant again. Same thing. They got even bigger this time, D, double D almost. But then as soon as which I only breastfed for 2 weeks, but something happened. And they went down to a literal A. But they were and so saggy, and with the 0.2 amounts of nothingness there, who want
Yeah.
So I had wanted this for a long time, but I didn't go all in until I saw them after I was done breastfeeding with you, and I was like, oh, there is no choice for me now. I am not I refuse to I woke up every day and I was embarrassed. I don't know, not that
And
I
that is
should have
not
been.
you.
It wasn't
Yeah.
me, and I just felt
Yeah.
what has happened to me, and I was no, this is a thing now.
Well,
I'm
I think
doing
what
this.
happens also is you go through having the children, and a lot of girls. I mean, you're a very attractive lady. You can have a sort of smaller chest, but sort of a fuller in the right spot, and and not feel sort of self-conscious, right?
Right.
And then, like you said, you go through 2 pregnancies. You breastfeed a little bit. Your breasts get huge, and then all of a sudden they just sort of shrivel up.
Where did it go?
Where did it
Where
go?
did it go?
Yes.
Where did it go?
So I was like, immediately, yes, I'm doing this. And I told Juwan, because I had finished breastfeeding when it was maybe November. And I told Juwan, I was like, as soon as your season ends, I'm going. Like, I'm going and I'm getting my consult. And he was like, okay. Because, like, it was always scary for me to commit because, like, going under the knife always scared me.
No.
Yeah.
I'm addicted now. Put me under. Go ahead. Now that I know I'm going to live,
That's it.
sign
Travel,
me up.
it's on.
Oh, I'm going in. I'm going in.
I mean, look, after the next 2 kids.
Oh,
After the next 2
lipo?
kids, be like,
Oh,
hey,
100%.
I'm back. Like,
So let's talk a little bit about the size. So you came in, right?
came
And
in.
obviously you're very active on social media. You've got a ton of friends all over the country, right?
Yeah.
And we came in, we met, and we talked about a submuscular implant, so below the pec muscles. But talk to us about the size. So we recommended.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk
that's what
about.
I was like, because you mentioned it last week
Yeah.
when you were saying that you were kind of like,
I was very scared.
Yep.
Again, I feel like if you go into the right place, I knew I was going to trust you. Why am I making this decision? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So I'm going to trust you. So I went
appreciate
in
that.
there and I was like watching all these videos of people on, the internet getting 200 cc's. And I was like,
Right.
oh, size decal.
I'll have that.
200 cc's, I'll take it.
Right.
But then when you did your measurements and just looked at me and you said 650. And I was like, horrified.
Right.
Horrified. And I was like, okay. I actually was so nervous that I asked to come back.
Right.
So I
Which
came
is
back.
great, which is what we want.
I felt so bad. I was like, I need to come talk to him again. I
Yep.
just need to have a chat. We just need to come have a 20-minute
We need to
talk
have a little
really
come
quick.
to Jesus.
Yes. So I was like, let me bring Juwan.
Yep.
So
Sir,
I brought
believe
Juwan.
you've lost your mind.
Because like we tried on the things and like
Uh-huh.
I looked at the 650 and it felt right to me. But then
Right.
when I'm online and I'm seeing
Right.
people getting 200s, I'm
Right.
like,
Right.
well, now looking back, I'm like, what would a 200 look like on?
Walk through
A mosquito
how
bite.
you
For
get to an
sure.
implant
A
size.
mosquito bite.
Okay. So when
And like her being,
so
taller.
a typical lady comes in, right? And so everybody comes in with a preconceived notion, almost everybody in sizes, right? Because they have a
Yeah.
friend.
Right.
I had a friend that did this. I had a friend that did this. And so
Yeah.
really what it is so, we want to look at pictures. So we want to know what's in your mind, right?
Yeah.
And so we want a visual. I always tell patients, cup sizes are difficult to sort of say because, a cup size at Victoria's Secret is not a cup size. A D at Victoria's Secret is not a D at Sears or JCPenney, right?
Right.
They're very, very different. So we want to look at pictures, then we'll do measurements.
You just sounded so old. Sears and JC. I don't even think they
Well, I think
exist.
JCPenney is still around. Sears may be
don't
gone.
think Jason.
There's still a Sears, I think, in New Orleans.
In
I
New
wouldn't
Orleans? Oh,
doubt
yeah.
that. I I would not doubt that.
Yeah, New Orleans has one of
Okay,
those-
continue.
We have
Sorry.
one of
the
those
J-
You
glass
could have just
Kmart's.
said like Skims or something, Hey,
I am old.
anything.
But and so we want to look at pictures, but we also do measurements of the breast, and so
Yeah.
we want to match the measurement of the implant to the measurement of your chest because we don't want a sort of a balloon or a tiny little ball sitting on your chest. So we measure the base width. And so base width has a lot to do with proportions, so which has to do with chest width, not in shape or not, and also obviously the taller you get, the
Yeah.
wider your chest gets.
Yeah.
So a girl that's 4'11", sort of, as opposed to a woman that is 5'10" or 5'11", is going to have a very different chest width.
Yeah.
And so we want to match the width of the chest to the width of the implant. And
Yeah.
then we want to talk about sort of projection, right? And so that brings us into the projections. There's lots of different names, whether you call it mini, demi, full, high, medium, low.
The internet
extra
right
high.
now is doing like moderate,
Moderate, yes. So,
which I did that video. I don't know if y'all saw. I posted about like what you gave me because like people are saying like everything they got in a list. It went viral, and I think it was because Kylie Jenner just
Kylie
posted
Jenner, yep.
what she got, and then I like compared what I got with you versus Kylie Jenner. But yeah, she
So
got moderate
good.
as well.
Yes, and which you and I would say y'all are similar shapes, similar
Right.
figures, and so we want to match the width of the implant. Then we want to talk about projection, and then we talk about CCs, right?
Right.
And so that's sort of three things comes to our final formula. Excuse me. And so on a woman that's very very sort of narrow. And very petite is going to have a very different CC or size.
Yeah.
And most women just focused on the CCs, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where most ladies go
Yeah.
wrong,
Yeah.
right? And then also implants are advancing. You get into cohesiveness or firmness of the implant. All those
Right.
things sort of factor in.
Yeah.
We did the middle one of that too.
Yes, which I love. I think the sort of top firmness, in my opinion, is a little bit too firm, and I believe that it is sort of like Goldilocks. That sort of middle
Right.
of the road is just right.
Yeah.
Tell me about your experience with surgery, about your recovery, because you are a blower and goer. I mean, you don't stop. So I remember you came in and you were like, I've got a red carpet event in a week or two.
This is your sign to do it, because literally I was fine 2 days later. Well, okay, I went in, I got the surgery. It's like, what, 45 minutes?
Mm-hmm. About 45 minutes. Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
I went home that night. I was sore that day, nothing crazy. I was a gymnast. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
too
I mean, you're in
bad.
great shape.
You've
Yeah.
also had 2 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come
Okay.
on. I can do this.
You can
No.
do anything.
No, it was good. And I like didn't feel insane at all. I think I took the medicine like the first day, maybe. And after that, I just took Tylenol. That was on a Friday. Wednesday, that's when I started doing my the NFL YouTube
Oh my gosh.
stuff. So we literally, like, it was like not even 7 days later. I
Oh
was
wait,
like-
because was that the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
yes.
So
So I
Lord knows the Saints were not in the Super Bowl.
Right,
Oh,
but
unfortunately.
That-
No, unfortunately.
but you were
Right
blowing
on.
and going.
Yeah.
Oh
going.
yeah, for sure. And like the thing about it was, is I kind of like used it to my advantage, because I talk about everything. I already posted like, oh, I'm getting surgery today. Oh, I just finished my surgery. Like the whole story. So then everyone was like ready to see like
Yeah.
what I was doing.
Oh,
So
yeah.
of course I'm at the red carpet. And I'm like, everyone is talking about it. They're like, oh, the girls look great. Like, every interview I was in, they were like, oh, how are the girls doing?
Doing all right. My children, fine. That's
right. Like, it was so good. And like, I think it was nice just to like, I mean, again, I'm very open
Yeah.
about it. I don't
Right.
think a lot of people would like the girls.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, everyone knew it made it easier for me. Like the NFL like had stuff ready for me. Like if I needed anything, they were
Really?
like ready for it.
Don't hug me too tight.
They knew not to.
Take a step back.
No, but it was good. I felt great. I mean, they were like you told me that they were going to be high.
Yep.
And they were, and I'm so glad you told me that, because I think when you first come out and they're like
Yep.
stiff and high, like it's scary.
Very
And I was
scary.
like, oh my gosh, did I go too big?
Right.
And then now, as they're dropping, I'm like, ugh, I should have gone
Should've
more.
bigger.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm obsessed with them.
Okay, I feel like they're
They're perfect.
perfection.
I know.
I literally would. It is the perfect amount.
Well,
Not just us, just like staring at
No,
your boobs.
I know.
Like,
We love
wow,
it.
you're.
It's an emotional roller coaster. Any surgery.
Yeah.
Even, but you know, like you said, because I always tell patients, they're not going to look tomorrow like they're going to look in 6 to 8 weeks. Give us some
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And they're going to look crazy. They're going to look high. You're going to question yourself. And and if the significant other is there, I always, turn to them and say, hey, don't be afraid to call me. She's going to freak out tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
It's coming.
It's an emotional. It's
Yeah.
sort of like getting your lips injected, right? That second day, because the
They
lips swell
swell.
so much. It's just like
The 7-day journey.
you wait. I used to get. I don't Taylor does all of her injections these days, but anytime you inject the lips, I'd always get the call the next morning. Dr. Weiler,
What did you do
What
to
did
me?
you do?
Just give it a minute.
Give it a
Just give it a
minute.
minute. It'll
Yeah.
be going down.
It was the best. Like I don't think it was the easiest transition. I mean, I'm sure there's surgeries out there that are harder to
Right.
recovery from, but this one was.
Yeah, I mean, I think you obviously, having been a collegiate athlete, being in great shape, I think all.
Yeah,
those
but
things
I
contribute.
think that would make it worse.
Yeah.
Being a gymnast and her pec being so tight.
Well, I will say, I think because I am like built, I feel like it looked very strong up there like the first couple of days, but of course over time it
Yeah.
like went down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think everybody has a different experience in recovery and in the pain. I do typically tell patients the better shape you in, especially if you're doing like tummy tucks. That can get a little bit more painful. But for breast hogs, I think a lot of it has to do with sort of how you deal with, obviously as a gymnast, you push yourself.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have great endurance and you push yourself a little bit through pain.
Yeah.
And I
Mind
think
over matter,
Mind
too.
over
Yeah.
matter. I think, the athletes that come in that played competitive sports, I think do really, really well. It's
Yeah.
sort of goes back to your
It
theory
felt-
of, the
Right.
hiring tennis players
Yeah,
and hiring, collegiate athletes.
yeah, no. And I felt good because I was talking to you about what you thought the timeline would look like before I can like kind of do stuff. And you guys were like, yeah, well, in a couple days you'll be fine. I was
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
great, because in
Yep.
5 days I have stuff to do. So it
In
was
5
great.
days, I'm representing the NFL on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, also, like, always think about, like, you're going to carry kids around.
Yeah, so actually my mom, like I really did follow the rules
Yeah.
on that one. I did not lift my kids. In fact, even at the 6-week mark or right before, like it was 4 or 5 weeks, we went on vacation and it was 6 weeks. We moved to Texas and I brought my mom with me for the first week of Texas because I was like, well, I still shouldn't lift.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah, you were very compliant. You
Right.
stayed supported. You
Yeah.
did all the things.
I wore the
right.
things.
Yeah.
I wore the bra for the 6 weeks, the zip up bra.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, I did everything you're supposed to do.
So good.
And here we are.
Yeah,
And
look
there you
amazing.
are.
So good.
So
Yeah.
post-surgery, we always talk about anybody that's had surgery, and we're like, how was, okay, after your surgery, the way you felt great. This is great. What about Juwan, and what about, like, your mom? Like, did you talk to your mom, like, Mom, I'm getting my boobs done? Like, because I know my mom would be my first phone call. I'd be like,
Yeah.
Mom, I want to get my boobs done. And she would be like, oh, you don't need to do that. You're perfect. Like, I can hear the conversation right now, but...
So Juwan was more of like, do what you want to do. If I told him I want to get a BBL tomorrow, he'd be like, okay, go get it.
Right.
Either way, whatever you want to do. That
Yeah.
He's just very chill with that stuff. Like, I'll come home and like, when you injected my booty, I was like, Juwan, look, I got booty injected. He's like, love that for you. That was great. I missed that. I need that back.
like, I love
He is so supportive. And
Yes.
yeah.
So he really didn't care, and he was just like, whatever you want to do. And then like, when I was going through the whole like, oh my gosh, should I go less than 600? Like, should I do, or 650? Should I do like 600, 550? He's like, do what Dr. Weiler said to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
my man. Okay, Juwan, thank
My
you.
man.
So he was always on the supportive end of doing what's best for me.
Yeah.
When I called my mom, she was like, also the same, which I was actually surprised about. I felt like she knew what I was going through though, with
Right.
like how I
Yeah.
felt like
Yeah.
they changed so much,
Yeah.
and she was like, do it.
Yeah.
If you want to do
us.
it, do
Yeah.
it. And I'm like, everyone is telling me I should just do this. I'm
Right.
just gonna
Do
do
this
it
now.
Yeah.
So I always say, and I think, when you're in a great relationship, obviously you and Juwan have a great relationship, the man, is usually typically supportive, because the more a woman feels confidence,
Yeah.
typically the more fun the man's
Right.
going to have with the woman,
Right.
A confident, I'm not trying to be, but a confident woman is a someone that's, wants to be out there, wants to
Yeah.
have fun, right?
Yes.
It's when you don't have confidence. But talk to me about the sort of the pressures you feel, or do you feel pressure at all? Because you're a pretty chill person about, being in the limelight and going through this, and,
Yeah.
because I know my wife sort of being, my wife feels some pressure. Like, we were on a plane last night and coming home, and that like 3 people go, oh, hey, Dr. Weiler. And, she always feels like she's a little bit under the microscope. Do you feel that way at all? Sort of
Yeah.
being out there and being, NFL wife and things like that?
Yeah, I think I do feel under the microscope because I am. It doesn't bother me too much. Unfortunately, my brand is being messy. We're very messy. We got married in Vegas.
Right.
I got my boobs done before the Super Bowl. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
I do a lot.
Right.
And I'm kind of just everywhere. But people like that.
Yep.
And so it's very relatable. And so I kind of just get to be me, and people are okay with it. Like, a lot of times people will see me take pics with me, and they tag me on the Instagram. I'm like, oh, I look crazy right now. But hey, like, that's like
Yeah.
You
what
are.
like for me, that's just like part of my brand.
Right.
But when it comes to like stuff like this, like, yes, I feel like at the end of the day, the whole like NFL wife thing is like, you still do want to be that girl,
Yeah.
So like, I still do things to be that girl. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be my messy self and not always be put together. But when it comes down to like the foundational side of things, like, I'm still gonna take care of my face. I'm still gonna get
Yeah.
my boobs done if I want to. I'm gonna do
Yeah.
the things that I do to feel confident, because then I can go out to these places and be under the microscope and be okay with it. Because I'm like, take a pic of my boobs.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you.
She
look great.
has like trolls, I mean, as does everybody everywhere in the world, who like comment crazy things.
Yeah.
And she's like, really,
Okay.
boo, like, I'm gonna pray for you. Okay.
Right.
Like, carry
Yeah.
on.
I
And
love
I
a
don't
troll.
think that it truly, I think it just rolls off. Is
it
that
does not bother me. I remember our very first viral video ever was people being mad because of how I looked. Like, it was Juwan talking about the perks of having a girlfriend during football season. This is when we were dating. Well, it was videos of when we were dating. And it was like, oh, you get to hug them after the game. Like, something stupid. Like, it was
Right.
like, you get to see them after the game, whatever. And people were going in saying, like, I looked crazy. They hate that, like, we're an interracial couple. So they were hating that, like,
oh my God.
I was white, he was black. Or, like, just saying, like, they didn't think I was, like, cute enough to be with him, or, like, things like that. This was a video of when we were, like, 20 years old, right? And so, like, I was very affected by that, and it bothered me a lot. And we kind of had to, like, sit down and be like,
Is this something
does
that
it
we want
matter?
to
Yeah.
Because then
Right.
also, like, as people are, like, feeding off each other in the comments,
Oh, yeah.
my views are going up by the millions. So do I care?
Right.
I don't know. So I was like, interesting. So, like, to be honest, people are always very, very controversial in my comment section. I do egg it on a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like, the other day, I spelled Fiji wrong in a video on purpose. And here we are.
And they were all talking
Fiji,
about
Fiji, Fiji, it's Fiji. I'm like, I know. That's why
I know. But the fact that people are just like that, like, I can't believe she doesn't know how to spell Fiji. Yes, I know how to spell Fiji.
we weren't actually in Fiji, so I was like kind of playing along the lines of,
Right.
because I was saying we were in Fiji because that's where they filmed Love Island. And I was like, oh, we're leaving Fiji, but like obviously we're not. So I like misspelled it, and yeah. Anyway,
So good.
all that to say,
Genius.
people have a lot to say, no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Before I
Yeah.
got anything done, and after I got something done, they always have something to say, and so it's like, majority of people are always like, oh my gosh, you look so good, this is awesome. Like, they want to learn more, they go and get the treatments themselves, whatever. But of course, the second I'm saying, like, I was getting filler with you for like a month. I had it for like a month before I said anything, and then all of a sudden I said something, and now people are like, oh, what are you doing? What are you getting done to your face? Like, oh my gosh, she's getting so much done. She's just like all the other wives, getting so much work done now. I'm like, this is the first time. Like, just
no one
because
even noticed it before.
Yeah.
No one.
before I did it and I didn't tell you,
Yep.
and now you have something to say. It's just because people want to feed off of each other. So, I mean, that's part of it, but
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
so strong.
I mean,
yeah.
that's it. It's just, but like you said, on the business side of it, it's
Yeah.
like, please, by all means,
Yeah.
knock yourselves
Yeah.
out. Argue with each other all you want. Like, that's
Yeah.
totally fine.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
more exposure for you.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
like, I mean, at the end of the day, if you guys want to be haters, like, go ahead, because
Right.
it's gonna like, but either way, it's gonna benefit me because I'm
Yeah.
out here being vulnerable. People love it.
Right.
People are learning.
Yes.
Doing whatever they want. I get some people every day reaching out, being like, oh, I got this done now, or I got that done
Right.
now,
Yeah.
or like whatever. I'm like, great.
You're
I'm glad-
empowering women
Yeah,
more
to
than
do that with
anything.
this whole gatekeeping
Yeah.
thing. Like, I know
Yeah.
that's a thing, like with the Kylie stuff, but the more and more that we talk about it, the more and more, you know, for, like you said, nobody said anything until you said that you had filler done.
Yeah.
There are probably a bunch of girls that were like, oh, she's had filler done. Like, she looks that great. I thought she just looked that great all the time. Like,
Right.
now I know that she's having filler. Like,
Yeah.
I can have that done too.
I can go do that
Well,
too.
Yeah.
I think some of it is also you have young girls, you have young girls, we all have young girls, and so part of it is just, I think it could be upsetting as a woman matures and grows, and just to think that everybody looks that great naturally.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I
Right.
think, hey, not like, we all know, hey, being in great shape takes a lot of work, right? Being a great gymnast, but also sort of having a great sort of presence and appearance. And, you can maybe look amazing at 22, but it takes some work
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
get into your
And
30s
it's
and 40s.
okay.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that's what you choose, and I think it's great to be transparent about that, because, growing up in the 80s, like, you saw these beautiful ladies, and obviously things were a little bit different, but, it takes work, it takes effort to maintain.
They didn't really share back then, though,
Exactly.
what they
No.
were doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like even up until the last couple of years, people really weren't doing much of that.
right.
So, I mean, I appreciate that because then people know what to go do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think they also have a realistic image of themselves to think, you just don't sit at home and go, oh, I look like crap. Well, Shannon's just so blessed. Well, Shannon is blessed, but she's also working at it.
Yeah.
Right? She's doing
Yeah.
her skincare routine.
That's
Yeah.
what we're saying.
She's
Like,
maintaining her
there's
volume.
There's a process
There's
that
a process.
Shannon's doing.
And you're giving
Yeah.
people an avenue to do it.
Yeah.
To say, hey,
Yeah.
this is what I've done and this is what
Yeah.
it takes.
People do the kid thing a lot to me too. Like, oh my gosh, like, how does it feel that your kids aren't going to look anything like you? And I'm like,
I had
you're,
them.
like, you're so, well, they're like, you're so fake. You get everything done. Like, what are you going to do when Dory doesn't look like you? How is she going to feel? I'm like, my kids are going to take care of themselves if
Yeah.
and when they want to. And she's going to know everything that I'm doing to
It's
myself.
so gross. That
Yeah.
it's
That's
so,
what, like-
I would be too upset and annoyed and want to like freaking punch them in the face.
Well,
All of them. When they say something ugly, I'm like, I'm gonna kill this freaking
yeah,
pussy.
or like it's vain.
Yeah.
Which,
So Taylor's not going to be an influencer.
well, you should go
Anytime
read
soon.
like celebrity, their comment sections because it's the same stuff times, a million. But
Yep. No.
But also, I'd be like, don't come back here when she looks just like me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Yeah.
know.
uh,
I know. You see all these
twin.
celebrities with like the literal same body, and you're like, you guys have the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I love it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
They look
it's
so
like,
good.
I mean,
So what platforms are you on currently? What's your biggest
My
thing,
biggest is TikTok because that is where most branding happens. Like, that's where I make my most money.
were you like, shit, TikTok's gone? Remember when TikTok
Just
was
for a
away
few
for
hours.
24
Day, huh?
hours?
It
Yeah.
was like what?
Like,
Yeah,
24
5
hours?
Yeah.
I
It's
think
not going anywhere.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
It
Even
can't.
when that happened, I didn't feel like it was going to be gone long.
I agree.
I think TikTok. I mean, I have a have a crush on all the different apps for their own reasons. TikTok is tough sometimes because just it's so ebb and flow and things can go up and down and like, you know, so you never really know with TikTok. You really never know with TikTok, but I felt like it was going to stick around. But the thing is with that is like, if it did, I would hope that people would just go to Instagram and find me there. So I don't think it would be like end of life situation for me, hopefully.
You're like, ooh.
Yeah. But then I'm on Instagram and I do YouTube Shorts. That's like the main.
I love YouTube Shorts.
That's what they're really trying to push these days is YouTube Shorts.
I think men love YouTube too.
Yeah.
That's all. Josh watches YouTube.
Yeah.
Josh
and
watches
YouTube.
YouTube.
I do full-time YouTube as well. And then we're trying to get back on Snapchat. Snapchat is good to do as well. We had a meeting with Snapchat recently.
I thought Snapchat is just like sending a snap.
Oh, you can get paid most on Snapchat.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, you get paid per view on Snapchat.
Oh,
and you get paid to do
Snapchat?
stories.
Are we? Grace?
No.
Come on.
Grace.
No, I know.
Grace,
Hello.
put us on Snapchat. No.
No, it's really good.
Well,
Snapchat's really good.
Did we do YouTube Shorts?
Huh?
Do we do?
Yeah, we do YouTube Shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we do
Come
YouTube
on,
Shorts.
guys.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on everything except, and we're not just very active on Snap. What are you talking about? No. It's not active on Snapchat. I've got a 15-year-old daughter, and I know about
tough.
social media.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what you were saying that
Well, it's
that your
interesting.
daughter.
So it's interesting, and you'll how old? Your children are real young, right?
They're
Yeah,
babies. They're babies.
2 and 10 months.
So it's interesting as we're I'm in my early 50s, and so like we still insist on cable in our house, like, you know. But my children, you can see is their viewing habits are changing. You know, they only watch YouTube.
Yeah.
My girls, like, you know, we had when she got on the dance team, we had to give her Snapchat because that's how all they communicate through Snapchat.
Yeah.
And so you can see these patterns. You'll see it with their kids.
Yeah.
As they develop how they ingest media.
Yeah,
and
it's so different.
It's so different. It's so different, and it's always changing. But yeah, Snap
Always
is
changing.
big with
you
the,
have to stick with it with the times,
Yes.
you know, because it's like I feel I'm very not tech savvy. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time, and I don't know
Okay,
how
I
to-
find that hard to
find that
believe.
hard.
I was
You're
about
not
to say if you're all
tech
of it.
savvy.
my assistant. I'm so bad. I'll be
Really?
like, wait,
So they're
how
laughing.
do I make this work? Like, I literally will post a video. Like, I have never once posted a YouTube video. Juwan has to do it for me. I don't know how to do it.
Really?
I do not know how to do that.
Well, are you sort of?
I'm shocked right
You're
now.
just like, Joanna, I need help.
I like have to like learn my phone all the time. I don't know what's going on.
But you're the visionary of the
Yeah.
couple,
Yes.
right? I mean, you're the one
Yes.
Obviously.
that. But obviously, you are. I mean, you're the one that sort of comes up with the ideas, the
Yes.
routines, and
Yes.
you can see it if you follow you online. You are the visionary of,
Yes.
of it. You
The
may not know how
content
to.
is mine.
Yeah,
The posting, a couple hands have to help out with that one.
Yeah.
takes a team.
Facebook is Facebook still a thing or not really?
Facebook is a thing. I'm not on it. I really should be. My manager always tells me to get on there.
Yeah.
I haven't done it yet. It's a lot of work.
Is
to
it?
be on every single platform,
Yeah.
posting everything. Like I do cross post, which is great, but like just it's a lot.
Yeah.
Another app sounds like a
Yeah.
lot to me. Yeah.
that's
And I feel like Facebook is for older
we're old.
people, like
it
me.
is.
I'm
Yeah,
serious.
like, that's why I'm like,
compared
we're old.
to
Like-
My parents are in the the 60s and 70s are into Facebook. Which
Yes.
is,
But
that's
it's
where
business pages that you can get.
That's where money
views.
is there too. Yeah, I mean, Facebook.
I think
is,
I use Instagram the most, I would say.
Yeah.
I use Instagram the most.
TikTok, YouTube, right here.
TikTok. Wow.
Yeah, I love TikTok.
I'll put the
Standard.
time.
I know.
They're
I
just
think
the most
TikTok is-
saturated.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Huh.
It's
I
amazing.
don't even have the TikTok. I don't even have the TikTok.
Let me ask you
app
this: where do you see? So, to me, and you were in front of it with COVID when it all started to explode, right?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself? Where do you see? I'm not going to ask you to speak for the NFL, but where do you see, athletes going? Where do you see all this? Does that make sense? Like, where are you focused, and where do you see yourself? Because obviously, I know you've got
Your
so many.
family going.
You're
Yeah.
doing the
Yeah.
podcasting, you're doing the posting, you're doing the TikToking. Your husband just got rewarded. He's an incredible athlete, got a great contract. Where do you see your things going? Does that make sense?
When he signed that contract, I was like, all right, let me quit.
Yeah, that was
done.
awesome.
I'm
That's-
done. I'm
and well
quitting.
deserved. Well deserved and awesome.
Sometimes TikTok is so tough to deal with, like just everything about it, that I'm like, let me just
Yeah, what
let
keeps,
me live this soft life.
Yeah, what keeps
Yeah.
you going with that?
Yeah, I don't do it for anything but just enjoying it now.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like when we first, like when we were struggling
Right.
financially, when he was on the practice squad and
Yeah.
all this stuff, I was like, well, I got to do this.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're making money. Like,
Right.
let me do this. And there was a point in time where I was making more money than him. Like his rookie contract, I was making more money than Juwan was.
Wow.
So
Crazy.
like, I had to.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm the breadwinner in this house.
Yeah.
What's
Dwan, why don't you go stop at the store on the way home, Dwan? Pick up some groceries.
Actually, at the Winn-Dixie.
At the Winn-Dixie, I love that.
Once I stopped being the breadwinner, I'm like, well, I don't know. I started to just do it for fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's much different. The content I'm making isn't forced. I feel like I used to force content because I felt like I had to make a profit. And
Right.
like now I'm just like literally just sharing my life.
Living.
And it's just living. And that's the goal. And that's what I want to keep doing. We're obviously going to keep doing that.
Right.
Obviously podcasting is huge right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing it.
Yep.
I've always said my dream in life is to be, have you all seen The Real? It's like The View, but it's like more like like talking.
I haven't
about,
seen
like,
that.
I have.
It's like, yeah, The Real. I want to be that
over it.
chick. Like, I want to be
Yep.
on The Real. I want to be someone that sits in a morning show
Yep.
and talks about hot goss.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all I want to do
Yep.
in life. I really want that so bad.
Okay, I have to ask. So you listen to podcasts, I assume.
I do.
You know, what's your favorite podcast to listen to?
My favorite is The Girls' Bathroom.
Oh.
It's these two girls in the UK that literally people will just send in like questions, like they ask for advice and they'll like respond to the advice and give like girl talk tips.
The girls' bathroom.
The
The
girls'
girls'
bathroom.
bathroom. I like that.
It's
Gotta
so
go follow
cute.
that.
Yeah, but I love podcasts. I love all of that. I would love to go down that route of like hopefully one day doing something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Jawan does a lot of stuff with the NFL and like we've done stuff with them and we've like built connections in ways we can probably do stuff afterwards.
Yeah.
Be awesome.
We've been offered reality stuff.
Yeah.
It just didn't match with where we were in life.
What's your thought on the reality stuff?
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm
Okay.
so down. We almost did one last year. We had to turn away from it for now, but it's not something we would.
It's off the table.
It's definitely not off the table, and I would be so down to do it in the future. I feel like after football would be such a vibe for that kind of stuff. But even during, like, even now, like now that he's like secured and like he's where he wants to be, and
Yeah.
he's on a team, and this is going to be 8 years on this team. Like,
Yeah.
we don't feel like we're like all over the place
Right.
anymore.
The contract was for 8 years.
He got a 3-year contract, but this will be once he's done, it'll be 8 years on the
Yeah.
Saints.
He got his big this was the big reward, right? I mean,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
stats, and this is like
Oh my
he's
gosh.
marquee player. So,
So
yeah, I
good.
mean, like he made it.
Yeah.
He made it.
He made it.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, okay, I can, because really the reason we didn't do it before was because it was for him. Like I wasn't trying
Yeah.
to mess anything up with him, his
Right.
schedules, his anything. Like he still needed to get where he wanted to be. So now it's like we can like focus on me, especially when he's done with football. We can do
Right.
this stuff.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
see the money
It's
the
a fun
Kelseys
stuff.
made or making
Outside of football.
outside of football,
Yeah.
you know, the brothers. I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
keep up. I mean, they're making substantially more money. At least
So much more.
The older brother is from his podcasting, and such a great personality. You know, it's amazing.
Yes.
So now that you're in New Orleans, I mean, like you've been in New Orleans for what, 5 years now? Is that what it
Yeah.
is? Or 2020 you came to New Orleans, and so you'll be here for another 3.
Yes.
How is that? How is living in New Orleans? Like this is, you know, obviously you're going from
L.A.,
LA to Penn State to
Yeah.
Oregon.
down to New
Yeah.
Orleans. Like, how is that? How is
It's like
that? Like
it's like
living
4
there.
samples of the
That's
Yeah,
it. I mean, like, all
different.
over.
Yeah,
Could
different.
be more different. L.A., Oregon.
Because, like, I know why
New
we
Orleans.
love, like, being from here, like, being from Louisiana, I know why we love New Orleans and, like, the parts about New Orleans that we
New Orleans
absolutely
is a
adore. But we
different place.
also,
I love it.
but we also just got done saying, like, why do we live here? It's, like, 487 degrees with 800% humidity
Right.
and, like, all this stuff. But, like,
Right.
so are y'all, like, settled? Do y'all like this
Yeah.
living here?
Yes, I love it here. I love the South. I've always wanted to live in the South. Being from LA, I'm a city girl. You know, I was working in Hollywood. I was doing stuff. I was always on the go in traffic, blah, blah, blah. So it's like coming here, I was like, oh, this is nice. When the first month that we lived here, August 2020, I was watching Heart of Dixie every day. I was like, oh, I'm in the Heart of Dixie. So good. It's like, this is my dream life. I love this. And then we would always go back to LA for his off seasons because he's off 6 months out the
Right.
year, technically off.
Yeah.
And so like we can live wherever we want. So we're doing LA
Right.
and New Orleans. So it's like my Hannah Montana best of both worlds moment. So like I love it here. We're never not gonna have property here. Like we're
Yeah.
always gonna keep our property
Right.
here. We're always gonna come back. We love it here. We're building in New York right now.
Oh, wow.
Yes, on a farm. We're,
Okay, what
sorry.
is that about?
What?
Well,
because farming's in your
it was-
background, you're like,
it's-
I'm going to farm now.
Well, see, that's the thing is like we really like a slow life. Like our life is very, very hectic. We're always traveling. We're always doing this stuff like social media and like whatever. So it's like when we get the chance to be nowhere, we're going to be nowhere. And so, yeah, we got 15 acres in New York, like a little bit out the city. And we're going to drive in the city for work because I get a lot of opportunities in New York.
Yeah.
So it's like good for me, like thinking after football.
I'm going to tell you. So I'm 38. I'm 38 years old. So I want to let you know when you get into like chickens and gardening, and just like bird watching, I get really excited to feed the bird feeder and like watch all this stuff. Know that you've made it. You have made it.
Oh, we like are like we're looking into goats right now and like what the process of goats are, getting horses.
My daughter's best friend has 2 goats, Anna and Elsa. They broke into their house.
Oh, goats will.
They
goats
broke
are
into their
mischievous.
house the other day. It was they have like the ring footage from the camera.
Oh,
the
no.
goats came
Goats
and
are
like
smart. They're mischievous and they love companionship.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah.
have one goat.
Yeah, you
You
can't
have to have
one
two.
to rest.
You're gonna
Yeah,
have
eat
so
the
many
breast.
goats.
Isn't that crazy?
I know. We've
Yeah,
been
so
So
I
good.
feel the same
peacock,
way.
a
Like
cow.
that, I grew up in New Orleans and I live in Baton Rouge now. But roots in like once you've experienced New Orleans, you may not necessarily want to live there full time, but
Yeah.
it's a
fair.
great. It's a very different culture. It's a very different world.
Nothing like
it's
it.
It's a different city. It's just a crazy place, and you get lulled into this. Always tell people and patients that when you move there, you're like, what the. Typically people kind of hate it at first, and then all of a sudden they love it, and
It's
they kind
like
of
the charm.
you get stuck.
Yeah.
It's like you get sucked into this way of life, this
Yeah.
sort of
the culture. I
the
mean,
culture
it's-
just sort of
yeah.
sucks
Yeah.
you in.
Yeah.
It's an amazing
does.
place. But yeah, be able to have that, and then New York is wow. That's
Kind of get.
Yeah.
That's
And then
gonna
you
be
go
amazing.
home.
Yeah.
Then you go home to California. Like
I know. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we love it all, but I think at the end of the day, we like a slow life, which New Orleans does provide that. Me being from a bigger city.
Yes.
Sometimes a little too slow.
Yeah,
Sometimes we just sometimes a little like we're really
know.
diving into the slow life.
I know. It's tough.
I mean, I don't know. I would like to like bounce back all over the place.
Yeah.
I kind of like a mountain
my
life there.
dream would be would be a couple of like condo in New Orleans, condo in LA, farm in New York, right?
I want to go to like
you're living
Wyoming
it.
now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the middle of nowhere would be awesome, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to go to like.
But it's hard to get to the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't
Dude.
want to go to the middle of nowhere.
Easy
No.
access to a city, middle of nowhere.
Yes.
house.
That's what-
Okay.
House and Turks.
Yes.
I mean, like
A house
that.
in Turks.
The house
a
in
quick
Turks.
trip.
Yep. That's
Quick flight.
You know you made it.
That's
when
the
you
easiest
know.
flight.
When you've got your morning show in New York, Shannon, please remember us.
I'll bring you on my morning.
Oh my gosh. She's
I want
gonna be
it
a real
so
life
bad.
celebrity.
NBC, are you watching?
Just be like, I'm sorry, I will absolutely do this, but my injector has to come.
You know, a lot,
Every
a lot-
morning.
A lot of
Inject
the
my
Hoda
cheek.
Kotb was in New Orleans. I don't know. Hoda just retired. I don't know if she's on the Today Show.
Oh,
Hoda
cool.
Kotb,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of New Orleans talent that did end up in New York on the morning shows.
I love
So,
that.
yeah,
You're
it's
going to be
kinda-
big, sis.
Yeah.
You already are.
I mean, you already are big.
That's
but,
what I'm
yeah.
like. That's so fun. What
I
a
know.
fun experience.
Yeah.
What a fun life
I
experience.
know. I want that.
Okay, well, we love you. Can you come back again?
Yeah.
For sure. This was so fun.
I know. Thanks
for
so
having me.
much for joining us and telling us like all the
you.
deets.
Yeah.
I'm like, good luck with everything. I feel like you have like a million things going on.
Always.
Good luck. Well,
Thank you.
yeah, Shannon, once again, don't forget us. Because this is me and Taylor's
Don't forget
retirement
us.
plan. That's what I tell everyone. Like,
Don't
this is
forget,
me
and we really
Taylor's
appreciate you
retirement.
coming on. Really.
Yes.
I appreciate y'all.
You're an amazing person.
Thank you.
You're an amazing
Thank you.
entrepreneur and a beautiful woman too.
Yep.
So
Thank
you, thank
we
you.
appreciate
Inside
it.
and out.
Yep, inside and out. Yep.
All right, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, all the things. Follow us on all the platforms and everything like that. Always stay curious. Always stay informed. And remember, always consult before you cut. We'll see you guys next week.